On today's show, clinical hypnotherapist Adam S. Adams probes the mysteries of the human mind. Let's take a few moments to focus on the health of our mind, soul, and body.
Right here, right now, we become aware of this endless field of love energy in which we reside. We are one and the same with it, individualized expressions of the one, which we are extensions of. As we breathe, so does love breathe. As we live, so does love live. As we laugh, create, contribute, multiply, so too does love laugh, create, contribute, and multiply. Because love is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, and is always expanding, so too are we expanding. For love needs us to expand and to create, to express, and to be all that it can be. We affirm and we declare right here and right now in this energy of love that we are already all that is great. We all are already all that is eternal and good, because that is what we are allowing to be born through us as us. We are already perfection, continually blossoming through us as us, and it feels good. It feels great. As above, so below. We give thanks for this word, knowing that it is law and is already so in the mind of the universe. We release the word in gratitude and appreciation, letting it be so now and unto forevermore. And so it is. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Amen.
When we return, we'll speak with clinical hypnotherapist Adam S. Adams. We spoke with Adam S. Adams, clinical hypnotherapist, earlier via Skype. Adam Adams, clinical hypnotherapist, I'd like to welcome you to today's show. How are you, Adam?
I'm very well, thanks, Mike. You?
You deal with the mind and you deal with helping people to help themselves. And I'd like to touch on this today, how important hypnotherapy is, meditation, etc., for resolving unconscious issues. Someone comes to you, say,
Right.
and they're having problems in relationships, for example. Perhaps it's just friendship relationships or long-term committed relationships, as far as husband and wife, or husband or boy, or that, all of that, all the various combinations. How can you help them to help themselves?
Well, the important thing, Mike, is to realize that the subconscious mind governs pretty much all behavior. And what we identify with as the conscious mind or willpower is actually a very small percentage of what we do. And how that works is that when we're young, we have what are called imprints formed by initial sensitizing experiences. And those imprints or sensitizing experiences are stored at a subconscious level and then are carried with us throughout our lives. What happens as we get older is that we lose track of that sensitizing experience, but we still manifest a behavior. And so we're very often unaware of why we do things. We just have a strongly held belief or a strongly held value system. Or in the case, as you mentioned, of relationships, we can be attracted to a particular person or repelled by a particular person when the person in front of us has really had nothing to do with that. And it's all about a relationship or incident or scenario that happened some time ago. So in a very literal sense, accessing the subconscious mind is the only way to identify the truth of a particular situation and give your partner a fair shot rather than judge them because there's something that happened to them a very long time ago.
Absolutely. Assessment, too, is a very, very important and big part of all of this, too, because as you know, you may have a client or a potential client coming to you and they say they want to have a situation resolved or improve an area of their life,
Sure.
but it's important that it's determined whether they really want to change or affect change, etc. Isn't that so?
Absolutely, and it's the old case of the best of intentions and the path to hell. The reality is that people do want change. It's my experience as a professional therapist that what people say they want and what their subconscious mind is prepared to give them are two very separate things. And so both the challenge and the reward is getting the subconscious mind on board with the conscious intent to affect change. And that takes time, it takes trust, it takes rapport, it takes skill on the part of the therapist, and it takes real commitment on the part of the person looking to affect the change in their own life.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break for a moment, but when we come back, Adam will share with us a couple of techniques that we can use to perhaps feel better or start to encourage shifts in our life. We'll be back in a moment. And we're back with clinical hypnotherapist Adam S. Adams, filmed earlier via Skype. Hey, Adam. I'd like to get into very, very briefly some techniques, things that people at home can do to perhaps shift thoughts, ideas, that sort of thing. What can they do to affect some sort of change almost immediately?
Well, I would say there's a difference between changing feelings or thoughts and feeling different or affecting a physiological change. So given the time constraints that we have, I would say the most important thing that you can do, and you know this from your practice as a meditation expert, is to change your breathing. And for the purposes of our viewing audience, I would suggest starting this way. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a second, and ensure that as you breathe out, breathe deeply from the stomach until the stomach is empty. And as the stomach fully empties, pause for a second in what's called the exhalation plateau before breathing in, 1, 2, 3, and then pause for a second. And then allow that breath to come out again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pausing again. And then repeat that pattern again and again. What you'll notice very, very quickly is that your blood in your entire system starts to oxygenate in a way that's not natural because of Occidental or Western stress levels. And so what we've lost as a culture is the ability to relax naturally. The good news is you don't have to go and sit under a waterfall in Tibet for 25 years to learn how to do it. You just need to affect changes in your breathing. What you may find as you continue to do that breathing pattern is that your eyes just feel like closing down. And that is the beginning part of a self-hypnotic process. If we have more time, I'd lead you through it in more detail. But if you start with that breathing practice, you'll start to notice your physiology changing as your parasympathetic nervous system kicks in for your relaxation response. It's a relaxation response that too many people don't know how to use anymore. That's really, really good for you. Will extend your quality of life and perhaps even your quantity.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. I was actually trying this right now. It's just amazing, and I'm hoping that you'll come on soon to my Blog Talk radio show, which is actually on, here's a shameless plug, 12
As long as it's not a
12:30.
hair plug.
I love it. Why not cross,
Oh, I don't know.
and we'll be able to have a little bit more time, perhaps do
Sure.
a guided meditation, etc. But Adam Adams, how can people reach you if they would like a session with you?
Best place is email, aa@quantumtherapy.ca, or by cell phone, which is 778-996-1451. I should say that I teach self-hypnosis. I'm a certified instructor of self-hypnosis, and I have a course that I've written which not only allows people to relax and get the full benefits of self-hypnosis, but also teaches a little bit of EFT to clean out negative influences as well. So it's a double whammy and doubly valuable.
Wonderful, very exciting, very important for us moving through this life and growing
Absolutely.
within our journey. Adam Adams, all the best to you. Be well, and thank you for joining
It's
us.
my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me. Peace and blessings.
We'll be back. I'd like to thank my special guest, clinical hypnotherapist Adam S. Adams. As well, I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in to the Signs of the Soul. Until next time, peace and blessings, everyone.